Welcome to The Explainer. So, today we're going to dive into a concept that, honestly, secretly runs our world. I'm talking about everything from awkward goodbyes to multi-trillion-dollar market crashes. It's this invisible engine that powers human society. And I promise you, once you see it, you are going to see it absolutely everywhere.
So let's start with a story you probably think you know, the emperor's new clothes, right? Everyone in the crowd can see the emperor's totally naked. They all know it in their own heads. And here's the puzzle. The kid didn't tell them anything they didn't already know. And yet, his words just instantly toppled this whole charade. So how did that happen? Well, he didn't change what people knew. He changed what people knew other people knew. And that right there made all the difference. That's our first big clue.
And that's not the only weird situation like this. Our social world is just full of these bizarre little puzzles that seem to defy simple logic. But they all hinge on this exact same hidden force. Okay, get this. Picture an incredibly awkward dinner. You've got Alice, Bob, and Carol, three brilliant logicians, but they've all got a problem. They each have spinach stuck in their teeth. Now, they can all see the spinach on each other, but they have no idea if they've got it on their own teeth. So the host, trying to be helpful, makes this very public announcement. At least one of you has spinach in your teeth. Now, you'd think this is useless information. Everyone can already see at least one person with spinach. So nothing happens. The host says it again. Still crickets. But after the third time she says it, all three of them simultaneously realize they have spinach and clean their teeth. So how did a statement of the obvious give them brand new information? We're going to come back to that one. And here's another one. It sounds like the setup to a bad joke, but I promise it's not. It actually reveals the exact same force connecting all these situations. Think about it. The third logician could only say yes because she heard the first two say I don't know. Their uncertainty somehow gave her certainty. Okay, let's unpack what's really going on here. You see, the key to the emperor, the spinach, and the logicians isn't just about what each person knows in private. It's about what is known publicly. It's about what we all know about each other's knowledge. And this is the secret ingredient. It's called common knowledge. And it's not just that we both know the same thing. No, it's a special kind of shared reality. It's this dizzying, recursive loop of awareness that lets us coordinate our actions with, incredible precision. Now, this infinite loop, it seems impossibly abstract, right? But it's literally the engine that drives our social world. The boys shout about the emperor. The hosts' repeated announcements. Those things didn't just share information. They made that information public, turning it into common knowledge for everyone at the same time. And believe me, this isn't just about logic puzzles. This hidden engine, it has the power to build industries, to create culture, and to shatter entire economies. I mean, think about when Apple launched the Macintosh. They had this classic problem. No one's going to buy this weird new computer unless they know other people are going to buy it too. So what did they do? That famous Super Bowl ad. It didn't really sell a product. It sold the idea that everyone was about to see the future, all at once. It created the common knowledge they needed for a revolution. And this just shows so perfectly how our expectations about what other people are expecting can literally create reality. Whether you're picking stocks based on what you think other people think is popular, or causing a toilet paper shortage because you know millions of other people just heard the same joke, we act based on what we think everyone else is about to do. But this same force can be incredibly destructive. I mean, financial bubbles are built on the common knowledge that prices will just keep going up, and they burst the second that common knowledge flips. A bank run, it starts when it becomes common knowledge that the bank might be in trouble. It's not about your own private fear, it's about your fear of everyone else's fear. And that's what creates the stampede for the exits. It's a self-fulfilling prophecy of total collapse. And this is not just some old theory. This is the real-world cost when a shared belief system, a system built entirely on common knowledge about value, suddenly collapses. $2 trillion. Just gone in a flash. Okay, so if creating common knowledge is that powerful, it stands to reason that avoiding it must be a powerful tool too. And you bet it is. Sometimes the smartest social move you can make is to stop something from becoming a public, undeniable truth. This is the world of speaking indirectly. You know, when a mobster says, "Nice store you got here." Be a real shame if something happened to it. The threat is totally clear.
But because he didn't say it outright, it doesn't become concrete common knowledge. And that leaves an escape hatch for both people involved.
Even simple politeness works this way. When you ask, could you pass the salt, instead of just saying, pass the salt, you're doing a subtle little dance. You're avoiding the creation of common knowledge, that you're in a relationship where you can just give orders. It keeps things equal.
And this is the really crucial part. You don't need a great excuse. You just need a tiny sliver of ambiguity. That little shred of doubt is all it takes to stop something from becoming a world-altering, concrete piece of common knowledge. It's what allows our really complex social lives to even function.
So, common knowledge is basically the invisible architecture for our entire social reality. It's the software that's always running in the background, making everything possible, from politeness and inside jokes to financial markets and social movements.
It's the mechanism that lets us cooperate with total strangers, build entire nations, agree on what money is worth, or which side of the road to drive on. It is, in a very, very real sense, the foundation of human society itself. And that leaves us with a final and pretty urgent question. If this whole engine requires a shared stage, a Super Bowl ad, a town square, a nightly news broadcast that everyone watches, what happens when that stage shatters into a million personalized, isolated feeds? What happens to us when we lose the very thing that allows us to see our world together?